MLO Live Show. Pretty excited, man. We got Mark Witte in the house, the man behind the men, or the man behind the women. How about that? There we go. The man behind the women.
Always in the background.
Hey, you know what? Not a bad place to be, man. They're not saying no to you. They're saying no to her.
There we go.
All right. So Mark Witte's in the house. He is partners in crime with Laura Witte, who was just on here. Was it this week? I lose track. I think it was this week. Yeah. Or last week. Last week. Who's closed 100 million. Mark, thanks for the pick of across the 100 million mark. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they were at 102 this morning.
102 million. Boom. Let's go, baby. So Mark, why don't you introduce yourself and share a little bit about who you are, where you guys are located at, and let's do this.
Yeah. So my name is Mark Witte. I'm Laura's husband. We started working together about 12 years ago. Prior to that, I was probably her top lead source. I used to refer anyone and everyone that would listen to her when they're ready to buy a house. They're looking for full equity out of the house. I got burned out in the industry I was in, and Laura and I were dating at the time and saw that there was a future between us. And I was going to go work as a loan officer assistant for another company, and was getting some advice to her about, is that the right step for me? And she was like, oh God, no, you can't do that. You don't have attention to detail. You don't like that. You don't like being told what to do. That's not the right thing for you. Why don't you come just help me build this business? So
love that. Honestly,
12 years ago we started that, and right about 5 years ago we were asked to come help start Highland Mortgage. And so we're two of the owners, and then we run, she runs and I listen, but the Truth in Lending team at Highland Mortgage.
I love it. So Mark, what you do you probably has the most fun in your job, because you get to go, maybe not. So share with us kind of what a typical, what do you do as growth, because you're part of growth and development, you're part of responsible for bringing in the business, maybe continuing relationships, deepening relationships, events, all kinds of cool stuff. Share with us what you do.
So, I through the years have just been tasked with helping grow that side of the business, make open relationships, open doors with realtors. I learn, we've not done much with non-QM, so I'll dive into non-QM. And what I think I do best is translate mortgagees to English and be able to share with realtors, what we have to offer, how they can sell it, how they can talk to their customers about it, and then how they can refer business to Laura. So
that's cool.
I think the thing I do most is just help encourage Laura outside her comfort zone. When we started together, it was she and a loan officer assistant, and that's probably not the right term for her, because her right hand at the time was a processing manager. She was an underwriter, an underwriting manager during the economic downturn. The housing downturn. She was a auditor going into banks looking for things. So wow. She's like our sleuth. She's our detective. We pre-underwrite stuff. And, I think the year I joined Laura, we were doing about 36 million. And that was a drop off from where she'd been. She had her company, and you all know her story. She's been on her enough, but, it was rebuilding everything and starting at a company versus her doing everything herself.
Excellent. So knowing what you know now, and you've been out there and the outreach, do you work on building new agent relationships, or is it mainly keeping the ones you already have happy? Where does most of your time spent?
A little bit of both. Okay. We consider our, I guess you call them lead sources, but they're all our friends. We look for people that we want to be friends with. We look for people that, align with us. We look for people that are doing what we try to do in the community. And it just, it's like a puzzle. It's a perfect fit. When you're doing a puzzle, you try to make it work, you try to make it fit, and you spin it around 3 or 4 times and it just doesn't fit. So we look for those relationships and those opportunities where we're just a natural fit for people.
Got it. I love it. So what's one of the, like, so I love the part that she said you're not detail oriented, because I'm not detail oriented either. So if I
Oh
try to
God,
do it,
no.
like that's where I'm like, it's so nice that a lot of people that think they can do it all try to do it all, and that's where they get the most frustrated, burnt out. So when you remove yourself from that, isn't it fun? I mean, it's fun to do what you do. Do you throw events and stuff, and like what's your daily activities that you do as a BDR?
So, I mean, we like to teach, we like to educate. So we look for like CE classes we can teach. You know, originally before we had our accreditation or license to teach those, you know, we would partner with title attorneys, would partner with, you know, pest control people,
Hmm.
building inspector, or, you know, home inspectors. We'd find people that had license, and we'd offer to split the bill for lunch, and they'd let us speak for 15, 20 minutes. So, you know, now that we're being, you know, people are signing up to come hear us speak, we are the expert. We are, you know, have things they want to share, and, you know, they take that. So we've now, you know, I think we can teach 7 or 8 classes now, but, you know, that was over time, but that's how we initially kicked that off. We enjoy happy hours. We enjoy just, you know, talking to people and breaking bread. You know, we do some lunch and learns, not quite as much as we used to, but I think that's something we're bringing back.
Cool.
We make sure we show up at every closing, you know,
Okay.
to bring a gift and to be able to talk through, you know, see the end of the story. I mean, I think our big approach is, hey, we want to be a part of your story. And that's just, I mean, that's the honest to goodness truth is
Yeah.
we want to be there at the beginning. We want to help someone get from A to B. We want to, you know, feel like we played a small part, but we're really just fans of people that, you know, are trying to improve their situation or trying to get into home ownership. And when you see some of the stories we have where, you know, it's a single mom that's, you know, barely getting by, and helping them get in with the down payment assistance program, and, you know, then they can rent that out later on and move on to new things. That's some pretty cool stories.
That's awesome. Knowing what you know, and how long you guys have been doing this and how successful you've been, where do you feel that LOs are missing the boat, and that's first and foremost question. Like, knowing what you know now, and like you have a great partnership. A lot of LOs are solos trying to go, all right, how do I get to the next level? And the BDR's for sure that one. Where do you think they're missing the boat there?
I mean,
Tough
first
question.
and foremost, here are the 3 secrets. I'll just leave it up. Lead with humility and honesty. I mean, that sets us apart. I think we're straightforward, we're transparent, we, you know, talk through things. We're very human driven, we're not tech driven. We do have a CRM, but we don't use it like we could or should probably. We don't have a script, we have a servant heart, and we just grind. I mean, we literally just grind. I mean, we're in bed a lot of nights with, you know, a computer on one side and a computer on the other and TV in the background, just, you know, getting caught up to make sure that we fulfilled our promises of the day and got back to everyone we said we do. And, you know, hey, did you see this? Hey, did you see that? It took us a while to get to that point. And most of that was on me. I mean, I'm stubborn and hard-headed and want to feel like a part of this. And you know, now it's just, hey, I'm secure and just really happy about my, you know, my role. It's,
Yeah.
you know, to help build the team. And we've now, you know, I pushed. You know, she doesn't do anything she doesn't want to do, so don't take it like that. But, you know, I encouraged her strongly to, you know, get a second assistant back right before, you know, the refi boom we had, and get her trained up and be able to split files between them. I you know, encouraged her to get a loan partner, and I mean that took 2 or 3 years to convince that. But I mean, now we have, you know, a 25-year experienced loan partner that helps us with estimates, helps us, you know,
Crazy.
monitor the emails, is, you know, fluent enough in mortgage talk to be able to take some things off her shoulder. Plus, I mean, the biggest part is she's bought into what we're doing. So we have, you know, 5 people on the team that have bought into a single purpose and a single path. And I mean, when you have that, I mean, you put on the brakes if you want to. If you don't put on the brakes, then the sky's the limit. And, you know, I kind of laughed when she told you she was going to do 200 million next year. I don't have any doubt in my mind right now.
I was going to ask you about that. I was going to ask you what that looks like, because obviously you got to do something different. But before we get to that, Do you see most of your success knowing what to like? I mean, you have the culture, you have the mindset, you have the heart, you have all that stuff. Do you see most of your success if you had to start over and start in a place where you had no business? You and Laura were dropped into a city you knew no one. What are some of the things you do first that you feel are moving the needle the most today when it comes to your position?
I mean, I think a lot of it is look where the pain points are. We had a couple years ago, we had, just stagnant growth in the area. So, we found one of our investors that had a census tract product that they would let us sell on, broker or, sell. And it was like, okay, we'll give $4,500 toward, lender incentive. And that didn't translate. So being able to translate that is, we pitched it as the dream maker. We started calling on listing agents and putting signs in the yard. And it's like, hey, we're going to help you get that sold. I know this is a challenge in this market. We have this product that offers $4,500 towards closing costs or rate buy down. And, here's the sign. We put up flyers and showed what that would do to the rate. I think when you translate, you hear, 1-0 buy down, 2-1 buy down. What does that translate as? And so, I mean, like with that, we're putting it on a flyer and showing what the monthly payment is the year one, showing what the monthly payment is year two, being transparent and that, hey, this is not free money. This is the seller or the lender is willing to, offer this money to help some relief right now and help you get into that house. And that's what that translates as. And so, like right now we're doing, I'm sidetracked. You said what we do in a new city. A new city, I think we find where the pain points are. What's happening? Is it, in Atlanta we have, condo issues. So we now have a condo desk, and we can, translate what's happening with the, the Fannie Freddie insurance issues. What's happening when it becomes non-warrantable? What is an FHA spot approval, and how does that work? And can we do that? And so now, I mean, we have realtors we've never even heard of saying, hey, I hear you can check our condo. Wow. And so we know, we go through and we vet that and we say, okay, yeah, this one looks like it can go Fannie. This one, can go Freddie. We don't have, it doesn't have current FHA approval status. So let's look into its FHA spot approval for you.
So beautiful. So you just attack the issues, man. And then you become that person. So just with a servant heart.
And provide a solution. And then you're a problem solver. Yeah. You're a hero. You're, oh my God, they saved that deal. Oh, they it's.
And the word spreads.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. So it sounds like you just put yourself out there, connect, engage, interact, just be that person. And then like a condo desk, like how intriguing is that? Because that's a Florida huge issue, right? Is that an everywhere issue, Devin? Like it's everywhere. I mean, it's pretty much.
Yeah, it's everywhere. I've got a guy in Dallas right now that's, having issues getting a loan done because the insurance on the condo, it's not actual cash value, right? So ultimately it doesn't matter what state we're in. That's a problem. But I love that, Mark. Again, you guys are going right after it. And then what's happening is that word of mouth, right? The one agent that says these guys are the ones, they get it done.
Yeah.
And then they tell everybody. And then you guys become the local expert.
And I mean, that's happened with title attorneys. I mean, I'm sitting at closing table and they're like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see this was Highland Mortgage. You guys,
love it.
Have less paperwork to sign. Your money always shows up. You're there. Everyone loves to work at Highland. And then the listing agent's like, oh, that was a great interaction. That was a great, say, let's, hey, I have this other person. I think when you're there and you open the door to a conversation, I mean, people just start spilling stuff. I mean, they're just, here, this one doesn't get back to me. Okay, take a note. Make sure we get back to her. I mean, it's yeah.
Love it. So do you personally go to the closings? Have you guys delegated that piece out? Because I know as you grow to 200, that's going to be a challenge, right? Because the more closings, the more, we
don't usually go to the refi closings unless it was a story where, hey, we had to cash this out because this happened. A lot of times we'll go to the divorce ones just to make sure. But I mean, it's also to make sure that the money shows up on time. I mean, we If there's any issue there, you know, it's horrible to have an amazing transaction until the end, and then something silly happens, like, oh, I didn't know that there was an HOA, you know.
Oh boy, fee. Yeah.
What's it called?
A fee, like an HOA.
Yeah, like the initiation fee.
Oh, initiation.
Like,
Yeah.
You know, we talked about that. Was down here at the bottom. It's a part of that. Oh yeah. I remember you said that. And then, you know, it's just, I mean, you're there to troubleshoot if there is any troubleshoot. But I mean, the other part of it is, I mean, I think we're in a fortunate position in that, you know, we do have a voice in the company we work for. You know, we have a Friday morning ownership call where all 7 owners are on the call, and we talk through the issues. And hey, you know, one of those was the condo. What do we do about the condo? I'm spending all my day researching condo guides and, you know, looking at Fannie Mae news to see if there's anything out, looking for this, looking for that. It was like, well, why don't we have someone that becomes that source for us, and all they do is vet condos.
Crazy.
So, you know, we do have offices down in Florida, and that's exactly what they're doing for that office is vetting those, you know, those condos down there that, you know, have the issues, and being able to tell the story behind it.
Yeah.
And being able to, you know, talk through. I mean, we put out a cheat sheet that was like, hey, if this is the issue with the condos, you know, it's much like, and tell a story, like much like when your auto insurance goes up, you can raise your deductible and your auto insurance will go back down. And there's a risk in doing that. But that's what these HOAs did, is to not have to jack their HOA fees up because they couldn't afford the insurance policies anymore, is they were given advice to, hey, you know what, just raise your deductible. Okay, that sounds great until you try to sell it or you try to buy in there and you can't find financing or funding.
Interesting.
And so putting that in a sheet that we can share with realtors that they can then have, you know, talking points to their client and, you know, sound like they know what they're talking about, reading off of our script there saying, hey, you know what, this is the issue with the condo. This is why this is an issue. This is how you get around that issue. So you can either take, you know, your policy and ask for this deductible, or, you know, you can have a bridge gap between that, and we can go for Freddie with that, or, you know, we can look into an FHA spot approval, or we have a, you know, a non-mortgageable condo product that's, you know, 35% down, and we can go that route. And so having A, B, C, D, E options gives people choices. So.
And so are you the one that once you find that there's a pain that you have a solution for, or a problem that you have a solution for, are you the one that reaches out, or you have a team that does that? Is that what you spend your days doing? Is like, hey, I just want to let you know we got a condo desk. Like, here's a couple options that you might have. Like,
yeah,
who does that?
I do that for our company.
Okay. That's your.
I mean, a lot of this stuff is I do for Laura, and then we share with, you know, our other officers.
Sure, cool, love it. If somebody was to find and if anybody has any questions, like this is a wealth of knowledge here. If you're looking forward to remove yourself. Like, here's the biggest part that I want to share about Mark. Like a lot of loan officers feel that they have to be the one selling. So think about this. Laura isn't necessarily selling. She's selling with her clients once the clients come in, but Mark's the one bringing the clients in. You guys follow? Kobe the other day was making calls to someone else's database and picked up 4 deals, 70, 11, 4. So he was being a BD at the time, making phone calls to a database for somebody else. So if you're looking to scale and grow, this is an amazing solution. Kobe, what you got, bud?
So I like how you started the conversation off talking about, I think condos is a huge pain point. And then I also think, like you hit on with listing agents, would it be possible for you to go a little bit deeper into kind of your superpowers you've been seeing with helping listing agents and getting those every stale thing moving?
Yeah. And actually that's something we're doing right now. I came up with this about a month ago, and it took, you know, 3 weeks to 2 weeks to convince Laura that this is a good idea. And then we rolled out, we call it the now and later. You know, we go to listings agents and say, hey, we can help with we can help now. You know, what's the pain point? The house is sitting. Okay. And people don't want to buy that house because of higher interest rates right now. So instead of putting out, you know, a TikTok video where it's like, we can do a 2-1 buy down, you know, we're talking through the pain points. It's like, what do you need right now? Well, you know, my seller doesn't want to give any money. I don't want to give any commission. It's like, okay, we'll do a lender paid 1.0 buy down now, and then we'll do a no lender fee refinance at some point during the next 2 years. So we're helping them now, we're helping them later. You know, the graph, I wish I had it, but I mean, the graphic is, you know, it looks like the now and later. I'm probably going to get sued by now and later, but, you know, I bought a bunch of now and laters off of Amazon, put little Highland Mortgage stickers on it, and we leave those at the listings. It's like, okay, you know, then we have a yard sign that, oh, actually,
All right, we got some.
I have the yard sign.
There we
Can you
go.
turn off your
Oh, there we go. Lender support, Laura. Okay, cool. Love it.
So, and right here we have the now and later. Ask about the now and later. We're creating a demand.
Brand.
Ask about it. What is that? And then it creates demand in the market where, you know, people at Ameris, you know, are going to their Ameris loan officers and saying, "Hey, do you all have the now and later?" And it's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. No, we don't. And that comes back to us. We have something that no one else has.
Yeah.
Do we? No. We have a 1.0 buy down, and we have a no lender fee refinance.
Brilliant. Now and later.
And that's why, you know, that's part of our transparency is, you know, it's not, we don't have a free refinance. Nothing's free. We have a no lender fee.
Martin, I don't know if you can share the template.
Hit me up, and I mean, I have it on a Canva template. I can share that with you, dude.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Kobe, that's pretty cool, right? Yeah. So like we always talk about creating a name that no one has, even though it's a program that everyone has. Like, so pretty much like,
that's that. We've done that with the now and later. We've done that with, you know, the Dream Maker, which was our, we've done that with the condo desk. We have a no payment, no interest bridge loan. And it's like, okay, well, that sounds great. What is that? So, you know, the best way to do that is to tell a story. So we put together a case study, which the case study was the last job we did with that and how it helped them, and took out, you know, the names to protect the innocent, but threw in, you know, something that we can share. And then, you know, our other loan officers, you know, at the company can share. You know, it doesn't have to be your story. It has to be a story. You can use our story. I'll send anyone that template, and then, you know,
take it and run. Swipe it.
That no payment, no interest bridge loan. You might have to come work for Highland Mortgage, but you know, right. It's a script that's there to be able to share, you know, the story and translate that to, hey, how do I fit into that story? Does that fit my need? Yeah, it fits my need. Or no, it doesn't fit my need, but you know what? My neighbor needs that.
Gotcha. Hey, Jerry, I got his info, man. Just let me know what you need. I'll get it from him. Just so I know he's busy. So yeah, we'll just, I'll make sure you get the Canva or the Canva, whatever. Yeah, cool. The template. Perfection. Yeah, be careful what you ask for, right? So yeah. All right. So how do you choose
the listings that you go and market that to? Are you doing that to existing partners, or how are you choosing those people? Because there's a lot of stale listings.
Yeah. So back when we were doing it with the census tract product, and the rates aren't quite as competitive as they used to be, so we're not pushing that as much. But I would go into, you know, the map of the census tract and look for listings that have sat there over, you know, 60 days, and then I'd reach out to people that, hey, you know, this is what we have. Now we're really doing it with our lender partners. I mean, we have, I think, 1,700 realtors that we send a newsletter to every Friday. Sometimes we'll include that. Sometimes we'll include a success story of how that helped. You know, and it's kind of narrowed down. We had to go from shotgun shatter, you know, it's a horrible analogy, but instead of spray and wide, you know, far and wide, we've gone more narrow and targeted with people that, you know, one, appreciate what we're doing for them, two, appreciate us, three, will give us a chance. It's not just, you know, hey, we'll go out 3 lenders. It's like, okay, no. We'll put the yard sign in the yard. We'll show up for the agent caravan with flyers. Now we're doing the now and later, so we're bringing a little bowl of, you know, now and laters with that, a couple pens. Sometimes we'll bring lunch, sometimes we won't. But I mean, it's just it's talking points. Yeah,
it's just putting yourself out there, man, having conversations and being visible, reminding people who you are, what you do for a living, and then you guys create an amazing experience when you do get somebody, which is.
And then sometimes it's just coming up ideas that we, you know, we'll use down the road. Like Laura doesn't know this yet, but these Lego Formula One little cars.
Yeah.
That we're going to talk about how fast we get people to the finish line, and that's what we're going to send these out.
Love that.
Order these on eBay. Stick a sticker on it. Talk through our, how quickly we can get them to close, how quickly we can get, to their call, how quickly we can get them pre-approved, and
cool.
Just I don't know, something that someone else isn't doing.
Fun stuff, man. Fun stuff. So, what have you guys been talking about? What has to change to get to the 200? Like,
yeah. We did that yesterday. He signed his
Okay.
offer, bringing on a junior loan partner to
Okay.
help with some of the pre-approvals, help with down payment assistance.
Did you say junior loan partner?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you have your badass loan partners, then you're getting a junior loan partner to take some stuff off the loan partner's plate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Help with some of the events, help with some of the things. I mean, he's finance degree, he's licensed in 14 states, kind of green, but if you teach him the Laura way, I mean, he's going to be successful. And while he's learning in the fire, it'll help our success. So looking forward to having that.
That's funny you bring that up. So when you look for juniors to maybe promote to LOAs or even LOA to loan officers, you guys have a kind of hierarchy of like, hey man, no, you just whoever comes across your plate, here's where you fit. Yeah, all right, man. I love the new stuff. I love the new stuff.
I've been talking to Laura about loan partners for 10 years, and we had a couple that just we tried. I tried to fit a round peg in a square hole, and it didn't work out. And we took some time to really think through and define what we wanted that to look like and what we wanted them to do and what they would have to have. And I think found the right guy. So
yeah, that's awesome.
We can follow up in a couple months and make sure that's the case. But
yeah,
I'm excited about him.
We never talked about a junior loan partner, so that'd be kind of cool. That'd be a cool topic to see how that goes and how that plays out. Yeah, I'd love to know. But I mean, whether it's that one or someone else, I mean, like that the whole point of getting to 200 is you put that person. You think that's the one person that's gonna help you guys free yourself up to make sure that the experience stays amazing?
I mean, I think bringing on the loan partner was probably more. I mean, Laura likes to talk to everyone, and to talk to. I mean, I think at 100 million, we're at 217 transactions. So, I mean, to do 400, I mean, you gotta narrow that and kind of limit that and share responsibilities.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll ever be in a place where she doesn't talk to every single person that comes in.
That's who Laura is. We got to get her out of there, man. Right. Excellent. Any other questions? Yeah, go ahead.
Me?
Oh no. All right. Any other questions for Mark, man? This is a wealth of knowledge, man. You guys are missing no questions whatsoever.
All right. I'm gonna leave you with some tactical nuggets.
Okay. Love it.
All right. Clarity wins. Know who you are, what you offer, and why that matters to you. Build your tribe. Your network is your safety net. Invest in relationships that you enjoy. Don't take no as your final answer. It just means not yet. Laura doesn't take no. I mean, no doesn't mean, it means not yet. I mean, I've heard her call realtors and say, hey, you know what? I'm in this community. You're in this community. At some point, we're going to work together. Why not? Let's work together now. It's like, who says that? Okay. I mean, but she has that confidence and she has that, she's built that reputation of someone. Yeah. Likelihood, in all likelihood, they're going to work together. Whether it's on the listing side, the buying side, we save a deal, whatever. Teach what hold classes, make others better, share your insights. Simplify the complex. Don't sell products, tell stories about how they help, and then add value before you ask for volume. Your generosity becomes your brand.
I love that one. Add value before you ask for. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff, Mark.
So 200 million of what it sounds like a goal, it's not. It's going to be a byproduct of what we do. It's the relationships and the value that we're creating. Yeah,
I mean, you're going to be at what? You're going to be at 120 this year? 120, 130? You're going to hit 130?
No, I think more. I think more. I mean, we have 120 in the pipeline now.
Okay.
I think 127, Scott.
Okay. Call it.
I'm calling. I'm calling the Babe Ruth shot out there.
Babe Ruth, baby, hit it. I'm going to go 128.3.
Okay.
128, 1283. What are you calling, Devin? Devin, what are you calling, baby? Come on, let's call it. Call the shot. Call the shot.
Brother, I got to be honest with you. I was working on something.
All right.
I heard everything
all
else,
good.
though,
It's
man.
all
Pure
good.
gold, like
Yeah.
pure gold. And I think my favorite nugget that you left there was, don't sell, tell. I think people get that wrong all the time, right? You've got to tell the story, man. That's what gets people hooked in.
Yeah. Good stuff, man.
But
Good stuff.
yeah, to anyone, if you want any of this or want to have